Hey guys, I'm back. Not for long though, and we're going to talk about that before we get into the topic of today's video. Um, so, yeah, it's been a while. Uh, this is the third video I am recording for this channel, the channel that you're watching this on. Um, and I'm gonna try and do something new with the channel after this. It may take a minute, or it may take a while, it may take a few months, but we're gonna try and do a new style of videos. Uh, I have an editor. If you have seen my other channels, you should know Mr. GSM. He is an excellent editor. He has been editing a lot of my videos for both my games channel, and he edited one for my VOD channel, which wasn't really much. I don't like editing on my VODs. Um, but he kind of just meshed them all together because sometimes Twitch is weird. um, but yeah, so this may take a few months, but I will have one video out in November. I have a video planned. DCU, my DCU is in the works. I am currently writing part 3, and I'm working on possibly rewriting some stuff in part 2 that I don't agree with. But it will be out eventually. But with that all being said, we're going to get into the topic of today's video. So, I'm recording this July 27th of 2023, and by that time, it has been 3 months since the release of the Super Mario Bros. Movie, created by Illumination in partnership with Nintendo. Now, I was going to do a review on it when it released in April, because I saw it the week it released. I went with some friends, and we had a lot of fun watching it. However, stuff happened. I was working on other stuff, also going through school, and I ended up delaying it by a month, then another month, and now this is the third month I delayed it, and I was like, okay, we're gonna have to work on a different type of video for this review. So instead of being a movie that released early, or that released relatively close to this video's release, and us reviewing it as when it released, and how did I like it when I see it in theaters, we're going to do something different. We're going to see if, during this 3 months period between April of 2023 and then July of 2023, has my opinion on this movie changed? And do I like it as much as I did when I did see it? The answer is quite interesting to me, because usually when it comes to movies, my opinion doesn't change much in a big time period. The movies I see, I either like them from the start, from the first viewing of them, I either like them or I don't like them. And that is my opinion for like the rest of my lifespan. For example, I love Into the Spider-Verse. I do plan on reviewing that movie eventually, but it is my favorite movie of all time. And my opinion on it hasn't changed from that. It's always been my favorite movie. Like, since I saw it in theaters in 2018, it's always been my favorite. And for a different opinion, I saw Morbius in early 2022. I wait for it to go on digital because I'm not going to pay money in theaters to see it. Because I knew it was going to be bad. So I watched it in a Discord call with a bunch of friends after I bought it on a movies on YouTube. The movie was so bad that once we got to the third act, I was like, I can't watch this anymore, and I turned it off. I may go back to it. but it's not. My opinion is probably not going to change on that movie. It is definitely the worst movie I saw in 2022. So, it comes to me as a surprise that I have a different opinion on the Mario movie in this 3-month time period than when I saw it in theater. So before that, I'm going to paint a picture for you. Alright? It's the week of release. Friday, I just got out of school, and me, GSM, and my good friend Noah, and Noah's girlfriend, go to the Mario movie. We split up the prices together equally. Well, not equally, but like as equally as we could try. Like, I paid for concessions, Noah paid for tickets, stuff like that. And we got there, and I had issues with the audience I watched the movie with, but besides that, I really enjoyed the movie. Maybe it was because I watched it with my friends, and I had fun, and it was fun the whole time. But yeah, I found myself really enjoying it. It's a surprise with video game movies nowadays that video game adaptations for movies can be pretty okay nowadays. I haven't seen The Last of Us show, but I've heard some good things. I've seen Mortal Kombat, the newest one. At the time of releasing this, the sequel to it has not released. I enjoyed it. It's not the best movie, but I enjoyed it. Detective Pikachu kind of started this, and it was pretty good. And like other movies, and basically every video game movie I have seen in recent time has been good. Oh yeah, the Sonic movies. The Sonic the Hedgehog video game movies are really good. Especially 2. Like, 2 is really good, surprisingly. It's not like my favorite movie of all time or anything. Or it's not even in my top 5, but it's pretty good. I find myself really enjoying that movie every time I rewatch it. And that's what makes a good movie. You can rewatch it over and over, and you find new enjoyment for it. But with the Mario movie, I find myself, so far I have rewatched it twice after it released on digital. I watched it once by myself. I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this and see if I just want to watch it again, because the only time I saw it was in theaters that one time. Then I rewatched it with my sister, and I was like, oh, she hasn't seen it. I'm going to watch it with her, show her the movie, because she didn't want to see it, but because of plans, we couldn't. And so now, I'm in a spot where I'm like, why did I like it as much as I did? I still like the movie. I think that should be made perfectly clear, that I liked the Mario movie. I like this new Mario movie. It's pretty good. However, it's not as good as I thought it was originally. So with some movies, there are like, you enjoy a movie because it's like, oh, watch with your friends movie. I named The Incredible Hulk, the 2008 movie with Edward Norton as Bruce Banner, as a good indicator for that. The movie itself, not as good when you watch it alone as when you watch it with your friends. That's as easy as the way to put it. I enjoy the Mario movie. I enjoyed it a lot because I was probably with my friends, and it was fun to watch it with them because they're fun people to be around. But when watching it by yourself or with family is a little different, and I find myself not enjoying it as much as I did. I think the main issue with the movie for me is that some of the actors aren't putting their full energy into the role. Like the clear best actors for the movie are Charlie Day as Luigi and Jack Black as Bowser. Jack Black steals the show. He is still he. I said this as soon as I left the movie with my friends, and I'm saying this still. He is the best role in the movie. He puts his all into this role. It feels like he's been wanting to be Bowser since he was like 5 years old. so like, and I admire that because I like how some of the actors have a lot of passion for it. Charlie Day is not that bad as Luigi. When the cast was revealed in the Nintendo Direct, so like a few years ago, and I saw Charlie Day as Luigi, and I was like, the guy from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia? Okay, sure, I guess, sure. I mean, you're casting Chris Pratt as Mario. I guess you can do that. And but when I actually saw him in the movie, I was like, oh my god, he's pretty good. I find myself enjoying that. An honorable mention goes to Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, because he's like the funniest part of the movie besides Bowser. I love watching Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. He is so good. He may not be the best actor in the movie, but he is definitely one of the best performances, because he does seem like he's really enjoying himself. And that's what a good actor is when they're enjoying themselves. If the cast is having fun during the movie and making the movie, then the final product will probably be better in the end. Chris Pratt as Mario, still, my opinion still stands as it's okay. But like other roles like Peach, Anya Taylor-Joy doesn't really put that much effort into it. Keegan-Michael Key as Toad is okay. Whoever plays Cranky Kong, I don't remember his name. He is not putting a good role into it at all. And other characters, like it just feels like really like the role like Kamek. I forgot Kamek was in the movie. He like has 2 voice roles basically, and I tried to look at video game movies or any movies with references to already establishing media that they're adapting as like a separate thing, you know. So like references are cool. I mean, I love Marvel movies, and they reference a lot. Like there's like at least 5. There's gonna be more than 5 in a Marvel movie, but there's gonna be 5 references. And I'm like, oh, yeah, do that. But like the references in the Mario movie, I feel like aren't that interesting. Like they're mostly references to older stuff, or like they reference the newer stuff. They like obviously Mario wears the catsuit from 3D World or stuff like that. But like it's not really enjoyable as much as I enjoy the movie. It's just I don't enjoy it as much as what I did when I first watched it. Now like that it's not just the actors or like the references or like the movie is paced a little weird, but that's okay for a lot of movies. Weird pacing can work sometimes, in my opinion. However, the biggest gripe I have with this movie, and it was my gripe when I started the movie, when I watched it for the first time, and then it's still my biggest gripe, but now it's worse, is the use of licensed music. They used No Sleep Till Brooklyn to introduce Mario and Luigi, basically. And what was their reasoning? Oh, they live in Brooklyn. We're so at Illumination. We're so classy that we're gonna use No Sleep Till Brooklyn for the Brooklyn guys. The guys from Brooklyn, from the Bronx. No, it doesn't work at all. And there is a movie I'm gonna review that stars Chris Pratt that came out this year. I'm gonna review it soon. But guess what? They use No Sleep Till Brooklyn, and it's way better in that movie than in the Mario movie. Take on Me to introduce Donkey Kong's place? Why? What was the point of that? Like, I genuinely am so confused that they used that. Like, it was such a bad use. Like, I think that I, personally, the only music that, with lyrics that should have stayed is the song that Bowser sings about wanting to get with Peach. That is the only song that with lyrics that should have stayed. Only. The rest are licensed music from our world, and one, it doesn't fit because we're in the Mushroom Kingdom most of the time, and two, it's like, I want to hear more tracks with Mario references, because the actual OST of the original soundtrack of the movie is actually really good. Like, I really like that. I find myself listening to it, and also using the Mario Brothers rap to introduce Mario and Luigi. That was a good call. But, like, right after they use No Sleep to Brooklyn, and I'm like, what, you just ruined it. You ruined it. And, like, using tracks, and they, like, compiled, like, the Mario's from, like, other video game tracks from Mario that I really liked. Like, a lot of the tracks I really liked. And, like, I really liked that part. I really liked those tracks that they made for the movie. But then again, this movie is pretty hard to not like. You know what I mean? It's, like, really fun. And a lot of actors are putting their all into it, for the most part, a lot of them. And it's really fun. And that's all you can ask for in a movie. So yeah, those are just my thoughts. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to that. Like I said, this is going to be my last video on this channel in this style, and we're going to review other stuff after. Who knows how long that will take, but I hope to see y'all on the flip side, so I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.